Matt is not ominous at all. No, definitely not.
Well, I asked in chat what should I dress up as, and the
Yeah.
first answer within a minute was death.
Well,
It's very appropriate.
are you surprised?
No, actually not. But welcome back to another episode of Ragnarals. Today we have session or episode 22. And I think it's going to be a fun one today.
Great.
We're having a funeral, Matt. Sheesh.
Yeah, I'm death. That's what I do. But shall we take a quick introduction around the table?
Yes.
Hi, welcome. My name is Anders, and I'm playing the human fighter prince Ilos.
Starting to get the long titles here.
Yeah, I feel like somewhere in there should be just Cutie Pie just
Yeah.
stuck in there. It really fits.
PewDiePie best boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dum
that's
Dum.
true. Dum Dum.
I am Daniel, and I'm playing the Tiefling Bard Dio.
Oh hi, I am Hege, and I'm playing the human paladin Genevieve.
And hello, my name is Hydra, and I play the Crown Princess Lynn.
I'm Ola,
Amongst
and I-
other things.
Yeah, you do. And I'm Ola, and I play Vaseth, the Lizard Folk Fighter.
And I'm Matt, and I just fucked up my screen. Give me a second here. There we go. And I'll be playing as everybody else. I just noticed, Josephine or Celine, that you have freckles.
I do have freckles.
Small details.
Well, to be fair, it took a long time before Ilos noticed as well.
It took a long time before anyone noticed that she had freckles. But I mean,
Yeah.
Ilos was also like 10 episodes late. But yeah.
I mean, she took Smoky Eye to a whole new level, just covered her face in it, so it makes it difficult.
I'm
very
excused
true.
because I can't see for shit.
Yes. You have disadvantage on investigation and everything throughout the stream.
Mm.
All right. So last episode, we started by Dio insulting the bard that came to see him, that had traveled so far. When he finally got there, he did not get a warm welcome. But he also was there to collect a bounty. And you had some back and forth before Dio delivered an epic slapback song. And as the party always does, he decided to take advantage of Martha's hospitality and drank a few too many potions of mead. And in this chaos, Poppy decided to go look for Josephine, only to discover that Josephine had hidden in the shadows. And after a quick discussion amongst themselves, she decided to take some fresh air. And that was the last you saw of her for a few hours. You continued to have fun, but as these hours passed and a note was delivered to Dio, it became clear she had been taken hostage, and you were instructed to meet her captors at dawn if you wanted to see her again alive. trying to formulate a plan, you went to meet them. And in doing so, you witnessed the bard killing Saoirse in front of you. And we had a few moments to let that sink in before Duncan arrived and took her body away. And we had some perfect timing from Wayland, the Master Hunter, summoning you to the Ashbourne Unchained to discuss a matter. It seemed like Ben, figure you have seen in your visions, had come through a portal and slain its spiritual guardian. But as Brennar, the head of Ashbourne Unchained, talked to you, it became clear that you needed time to mourn. And by giving him some details about Ben, it was decided that you should have a ceremony for her the next day. And that's where we left off. So we can pick it up again there. In the grand meeting room, and Brennar exiting, you're left standing there. Just been told to be ready for a ceremony in the morning at the shrine of Sirandriel, the goddess. Oh no. Yeah, that's true. Little side note here, you ended at the tavern instead. Voila! Magic! And you're back at the tavern, but you have been instructed to head to the shrine tomorrow to attend Saoirse's funeral. So you're sitting around a table.
Josephine was just done talking to a spoon, right?
You're absolutely right.
And then she went for a walk, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, I did.
I lost.
Have I arrived at the table?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm just like meta-wise. Have they told me about the stuff, or
Yeah, we could assume that you have been in the shadows of the group.
In the shadows.
yes, that's it.
I wonder. How are the proceedings of such a ceremony amongst humans?
That really varies a lot. Some cultures or some people bury their dead. In the Fair Isles, we send them away on a burning ship and let the ocean take them. So it
Because
varies.
I've learned a lot on this journey that baffles me. I've met my father on this journey. Josephine met her mother. Dio met his father. And you have met yours. What really happens when one perishes from this world? You transcend to another. How many such worlds are there?
there is a lot of people that, a lot of things people wonder about. Almost everyone wonders what happens after your mortal body dies, and what happens to what some refer to as your spirit or your spiritual body, which is kind of like you and your body is just the shell around you, kind of. Some people believe.
Well, yes.
And no one's really, or from what I know, no one's really sure about what is true and what's the course of nature when that happens. Some
Well,
people think yeah.
Considering what we've been through, before I started, I was under the impression that there were two worlds. The realm of balance where Varkath resides, and our world. Now, I've been told there's a world called Hell. There's a world of chaos. And there's other worlds with spirits. Has Saoirse simply transcended to one of these other worlds?
I mean, surely Saoirse went to like the moon or something, right? Because she believed in the moon goddess.
I haven't heard, unfortunately, about any lunar realm, but I think there are realms close to, like, for the moon that kind of represent it. So maybe she's traveled there, or her spirit has traveled there.
I like to think so. Just like I will be embraced in the light of Arathiel when I maybe die one day, she was probably embraced like her soul in the light of the moon, just like she wanted. I think that's really beautiful.
That's a really nice sentiment there, Gigi.
Mm. What I wonder is what, because like Duncan came and got her body, right? What do you think he's gonna do with it? Like what do they do?
Maybe they eat it.
You think so?
There are
Would that
some
be good? Or
lizardfolk cultures where they do this.
they eat their like wives and husbands and
Well,
they're dead?
when, as you say, the spirit has left the body is simply meat, and can still be of use to the remaining living lizardfolk.
Yeah, but Duncan wouldn't eat her. Obviously, Dio is going to stand up and walk over to the bar.
Can you guys not eat me? I don't want to be eaten, even if I'm dead. You know, like that's too. It's a bit much.
Don't worry.
We're not gonna eat you, Gigi. Besides,
I-
it's hopefully
My
not.
pack does not do this ritual, and I was told very early on that hinting at this was bad. So don't worry.
I mean, that's if I die at all. Maybe I'll become immortal and just like stay like young and beautiful and glorious forever. You never know. I mean, that's my goal anyways, so.
Marta greets you, Dio. What can I do for you?
Could you just give me 2 bottles of the strongest that you have, and I'll just take it to my room.
Of course. My condolences.
He gives a faint smile before grabbing both of the bottles and walking upstairs.
All right.
And he's just going to go to his room and get fucking shit-faced, but he cannot bear sitting there listening to that conversation.
I guess around the time when like Dio gets up and leaves is when Josephine just comes back. And she just sits down in silence.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a conversation about the cannibalism of dead bodies, so
Sorry?
yeah, they're like probably
Who
discussing
eats
back and
their
forth.
dead?
It's like,
Vasset, is it you?
Well, to be fair,
why would you assume
Saoirse
that?
kind of served you something.
Huh?
She's pretty chill about it,
It-
to be honest.
Yeah. She's pretty chill about it, but I mean, I assumed it's Vasset because, you know, he is the non. Well, I mean, you don't hail from any society. I mean, you have your group, you know, but I don't know
I would
what
have you know that our people, the Verthrosk, the Stone Marsh Pack, were roughly
pack.
400 members of our clan.
Ow. That's almost
And-
as many as the staff in the castle. Go on.
And to clear the air, as Dio said, we don't eat our dead
Okay,
in our clan.
that's good.
But there
All,
are Lizardfolk clans that do.
all I
I'm
needed to know.
I'm referring to the Frostbite kin.
Oh, the frostbite came. Okay.
The kin, not the king.
No,
the
I
kin.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
They live high up in the northern mountains, where there are little game and little food.
So
when
they
they
eat
are-
their dead. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, survival of the fittest.
I mean, why wouldn't they just move further south, where it's
Well-
warmer?
They probably have adapted to live up there.
Clearly not
we
very
all
well.
value
to eat
adaptation.
people.
I mean, Eldoria can be kind of cold, you know, during winter. So
You could like build a house and stuff, you know, like have some cows or I don't know.
I've only heard tales. I have never been there myself.
Sounds scary.
I've heard they're almost twice the size of us, normal lizard folk.
What? Oh my god.
With such a low income of food.
Well, they value strength and survival and have adapted to the area. They value strength above all. They probably found their way.
Well, I mean, I've always been told that you have to eat your food to grow big and strong.
And
That's
yeah,
very
so-
true.
well, if you only eat, you get fat.
That's also true. But Vasith, back to the general kind of way to host funerals and say goodbye to close ones. One thing that is usually common is that the near ones of the one that's fallen usually say a couple of words, a couple of sentences in memory of the ones that passed in the ceremony or during the ceremony.
Does that mean that Duncan will be there?
I do not know.
Doesn't seem like his thing really, does it?
I mean, Saoirse's only wish was to be reunited with him, and now they are. So, at least.
Well, they are not, because Duncan is not dead.
Well, the way Saoirse told me, she kinda said he is, or at least he's walking the path of death. He's just prolonging it for their goddess, or something. And they, at least they are reunited. That's all she wanted. So I'm sure she is great wherever she is.
So I take it then we are considered her closest companions at this moment.
I
Yeah.
would say so.
At least around. She didn't mention she had many other people closer, like
She had a ton of
here.
siblings and a family, but not around here, I think. Perhaps someone should send some letters?
Yeah, we should try to send word that she is of the unfortunate passing.
I think so too.
I don't know where to send them though.
Maybe
Oh,
Wayland
Dio.
has some contacts?
Yeah, or Dio probably knows. You know, but they'll figure it out. Speaking of Dio, where is he?
I think I offended him in some way.
Oh,
I saw him go up to the room areas with 2 bottles of what I presume to be liquor.
oh. Oh.
So you
I thought-
retire as well. Did you?
I mean,
Oh,
Huh?
I just heard rumors.
yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, should somebody go and talk to him? He seemed, you know, sad.
Oh, maybe that's it then, because I thought he actually was immune to being offended.
He said,
I think Dio brushes a lot off. But it probably affects him more than he lets on.
he does have a really good, like, face for, like, acting and stuff. He's a
Yeah,
really good actor, I think.
he can hold his composure for sure.
Mm.
Well, considering what I've learned, I think it's best that I am not the one to talk to him. But if any one of you do, please bring my apology. I have meant no offense.
I'll go check on him before I head to bed.
Where
And that
did
will be
you go, Josephine?
I just went for a walk.
Maybe you shouldn't do that anymore, like, go alone anywhere, you know? I know you're, like, great at hiding and stuff, but considering what just happened to Saoirse, I don't
Yeah.
know.
We shouldn't move alone behind the comforts of the guild hall and tavern.
Um,
I mean, I'm not gonna enforce or force anyone in any kind of way, but I don't think anyone should be walking alone.
all right. So, where do I go when I want to be alone?
The safest bet is probably your room.
What if we're not at the tavern?
You just have to find a small room somewhere, and we can just stand guard.
Oh, I said I'm not gonna enforce it in any way. I can't with you guys, but and I wouldn't want to, but at least be extra careful and vigilant.
I am always extra careful and vigilant. However, I did spend an entire lifetime being guarded, and I am perfectly capable of guarding myself.
And maybe you can just really hide like super well, so like nobody will find you ever. You're also really good at that, so
That is also true.
that could be a solution for you. It's much less of a solution for me, obviously. But
I mean,
you know, I can also take care of myself. So
you
Whatever.
can also just, walk with someone. I mean, we could take a walk if I mean, you don't seem like the person who needs much alone time, Gigi, if I'm gonna be frank.
Yeah, no, I don't
Exact-
like to be alone. Honestly, like
So
it's
I
weird.
think you don't have a problem with that.
You're right.
With that said, I think I'm going to retire. And she is gonna get up and walk away. Again.
Gigi is gonna like follow her with the eyes the entire time until she can't see her up the stairs anymore. Okay, she's safe. Good.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go! Wow, would you look at that?
Nice.
Oh, I love that for us. So my
It
Wi-Fi
went so
just
well.
disappeared. So sorry about that. But hey, we're back now, and it's fine. So let's just keep going, shall we?
So
And
we might actually need some help from chat to know where exactly it broke, so we can, because we continued.
Yeah. So, chat, what was the last thing you heard?
Apparently, I'm going to blame Dingles for not having the answer right away.
Yeah.
No,
So-
but Dingles literally wrote, it lagged out on me for a solid minute, and my ADHD wiped my memory. I'm so sorry, guys.
All right.
Okay, so stop to
oh my god, I
Yeah.
love that.
I think
So-
it stopped. Like, just take it from the little hug. I think that's the last thing I got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Hug's mood.
that Alos went up to talk to Dio. Dio answered drunkenly, and Alos wondered if everything was okay, and if he needed a hug. And he reminded him that he only has family in this group. And Dio accepted the hug. Let's continue there.
Yeah, I think after the hug and after that message, Dio is going to pull back. Mascara fully running now, and with a drunken, like half smile, half sob face, is going to look at Ilos and say, I'm really happy I met you guys. It means a lot that you say that.
we are the lucky ones to have you on board in our party.
Well, I'm not sure, but time will tell.
And as that, I'm just gonna like reach for the empty bottle that you got. And if you kind of like give it over, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go fill this up with water for you. I think you're gonna need it.
It's probably a good idea. He lets go of the bottle and walks back to the bed and the little side table there and grabs the other bottle that he brought from Martha and starts drinking from that while he's waiting for you to come up with the water.
All right.
And I'm just gonna go downstairs, ask Martha to fill it up, and then with water. Specifically
Specific.
with water. And carry it up and yeah, put it on his nightstand.
Right.
Before I'm heading to bed.
Mm. So, all right. So you will sleep for the next day, correct?
I mean, who knows? But yeah, I'll try.
We will try. We have tried before and didn't really work out, but we will try again.
I mean, I would say that Ilos's mind is turning so much around everything. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I'm just gonna lie awake and stare at the ceiling. the whole night.
This is why you bring liquor to the room. You can drink till you black out. It works every time.
All right. So, if you would like, we can go to the next day. And as you prepare, I'm going to give you a few minutes to prepare for the ceremony.
Can I just say, like, in the early morning, or like not super early, but pretty early, Gigi will go down to the kitchen and request, like, some eggs made
Yeah.
exactly like Saoirse used to make them. She'll try and describe the process as best she can. Like, perfect amount of like soot
Yeah.
and dirt
And dryness.
and dryness, just
Yeah.
crisps.
While you are in the kitchen with Martha, you will then see a very tired Josephine go down the stairs, go outside, come back in with a whole bunch of fucking clothes, and then just walk upstairs again.
Oh, good. What was okay? Yeah, no, cook them even longer. I know they are cooked too long, but longer. Okay, Martha? Thanks.
That's a strange request, but sure,
Just trust me, okay?
I do.
And after that's done, she'll arrange them nicely on a plate with a little like flower or something that she picked from like outside, and go knock on Dio's door.
Dio will take a little time to open, but he will open eventually.
Hi, Dio. Good morning.
Good.
I brought
Good.
you these eggs.
Oh, thanks. Okay, thank you. He's going to grab the plate. Yeah. What's the occasion?
You need to get up your strength. Like,
Oh yeah, I am fucking
today's.
tired.
Yeah, you look a bit like you should fix your mascara and
Oh,
stuff. But
I will.
you always look beautiful and amazing. But like maybe just
Thank
like
you.
wash your face a bit or something. Have some eggs, and when you're ready, we'll meet downstairs.
Yeah, I will definitely make sure that I look at. I'm going to look perfect. I'm going to be acceptable to like your level before I come back out.
You always are, you know.
Oh, you're the best.
I know.
But yeah, thank you. I'm going to eat this. Is Martha tired as well? These look well done. Well done.
They're just like Cersei made them, and she starts to cry.
If Gigi allows, Dio will go in for a hug.
Yeah, she like sobs into his shoulder.
Dio's going to try to be like the calm and composed guy, but with Gigi starting to cry, he's going to cry as well. They'll have a little cry together on the step there before Dio takes the eggs and goes back in. As I'm sure Gigi's busy
I
with
have to
something
fix
else.
my makeup. I ruined everything. It was perfect this morning, but now it's ruined. Okay, I'm
What?
sorry.
I'm sure it's an easy fix. You can do it. And if you need any makeup at all, I have anything you'll need. So just give me a shout.
Okay, bye. She'll just turn around and like go, still sobbing, into her room again to fix her fucking makeup.
Dio will go back into the room and, for the first and only time, enjoy burnt eggs. Both because of the heartfelt way that it was brought about, and also because of the, let's call it, the origin story.
The memory
Yeah,
of Cersei.
that's beautiful. Fantastic, Gigi.
All right. So, you gather as a group and start to head to the temple of Sirandriel in Ashvale to attend Saoirse's funeral. Not knowing what to expect, you enter the temple, and the temple is hushed, draped in pale silks and soft white light. Cascading ribbons hang from the high domed ceiling like starlight caught mid-fall. Along the walls, smooth stone pillars shimmers faintly under enchanted moon orbs, and thin waterfalls pour gently from their tops, spilling into a ring-shaped channel that winds around the room. The air is cool and fragrant with night blossoms. At the center stands a moon bowl, a wide silver basin filled with shimmering water, blessed beneath Sirandriel's light. A tall, still figure, a priest, stands before it, dressed in ceremonial robes of white and deep silver. He looks at you as you approach and says, There are souls the world forget quickly. And then there are souls like Saoirse, who echo long after the silence begins. She was not born to lead, nor did she ask to. She was not the loudest voice, nor the fiercest blade, but she was steady. She was born of the three trees and the stars, raised on wonder and tempered by wisdom. She left home not to escape, but to learn. To understand the song of magic, the truth of the world, and the many ways a life could be lived. She came back not because she had to, but because she chose to give back. As a guide, as a teacher, and a protector. A quiet lantern in the dark for anyone who needed one. And still, the world would ask more of her. And still, she gave. When love called her far from home, she followed. When loss broke her heart, she still healed others. And when she was cursed, she did not curse the world in return. Her light were not fragile. It was the kind that came from darkness. And we are here in this sacred place because that light still burns in all of us. And you can see that the waterfalls around the room starts to murmur, and the silver light above flickers slightly, like the stars are responding. Now, we will speak to her one last time, with silence, with memory, with thread. Each of you will come forward and take one of the ceremonial ribbons. Whisper into it. A memory, a moment you shared, of healing, a truth. Tie it gently around the moon ball. Let it touch the blessed water and drift to the heavens as she now does. When the final thread is tied, we will release the water back into Sirandriel's stream, and her soul will join the night. And you may, one by one, take a ribbon and bind it to the bowl.
I'm guessing.
Do you step forward?
I mean, I feel like we all step forward.
Yeah.
And
Is it like a one-on-one person, or is it space for everybody at the same time?
It's one and one, and if you would like to whisper a short memory you have of Saoirse onto the thread before you bind it to the bowl, or a final goodbye, you can do so.
Yeah, Gigi can step forward first, and she'll take a ribbon and like wrap it a little bit like fast around the hand that Saoirse was licking that one time.
Yeah.
And whisper like something quietly to herself, and let it go before she steps away, like quietly, to let the next person go.
All right.
Yeah, Vasset can actually step up after. Not really understanding the custom here, he will take the ribbon and he will speak to it. Not, whisper, but he will simply speak to it as if he was speaking to Saoirse herself. And
Yes.
everyone can probably hear all of this. And Vasset will say, I don't believe for a second that you have found peace. I believe you are in the spirit realm, muscling the scales to keep the balance. And when we meet Duncan, and this is all over, you will find your peace. And I am sure that you will do. Hunt forever, my friend. And he will tie the ribbon to the bowl.
All right.
Josephine will go next. I want to know who's standing the closest to her.
I would
Probably,
assume
In
it's
In my vision, who is the closest? Who's going
Probably-
after me? I guess.
I was supposed to petition to go after.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Yeah, perfect. You can roll a d20 to see if you hear what she says.
That's a 15.
What do you have on? What kind of roll would that be, Matt?
that would be
Like perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds or perception.
Yeah.
Dirty 20 then.
Okay, yeah, you definitely hear. Great. That's not gonna be embarrassing. She's gonna whisper in that time where Saoirse told her that, if you like someone, you should be sick and make sure that someone cared about you dearly. And she said that she finally found out that that's true and it works, and she thanks her. And then she ties the ribbon to the thing, and then she goes. She walks away.
Sorry. Alos.
All right, Alos, you're up.
Alos, go! It's your turn.
And I step forward. Not really whispering any loud things. I'm just gonna hold the ribbon like close up, in both my in both hands, and whisper really quietly before I tie it on the bow.
All right.
Last one. Dio is going to step up, his hands trembling as he grabs the ribbon, and he's going to whisper something and tie it around the thing and
Yep.
step back.
And the priest turns to you again. She walks beyond the veil now, into the arms of Sirandriel, who knew her not as a stranger, but as a kin. But Saoirse has not left us. He remains in the choices to protect, even when you're tired, in the desire to learn, even when others mock you for it, in the courage to face your shadow and still walk towards the light. She lives in every life she touched, and there were many. Now, this water, filled with your memories, your whispers, will return to the temple's stream. It will travel through the heart of Ashvale, into the forests, into the wilds, and into the sky. And he lifts the bowl and pours the glowing water into the silver through the silver water that encircles the temple. And the light flows with it. And where it touches the water, star-like moths rise and drift into the air. Moonlight guides, starlight sees. Let her soul wander free. He turns to you. If any among you would speak, now is the time. Her story was not written by one hand alone. Let yours be the next to add to it.
Bassett will probably very early on go, and I don't think her story is quite done yet.
Any of you guys want to be the first up?
I mean, I can go. And Josephine will raise up, I guess, stand. And I just want to point out that this might be the first time that she is properly dressed, not in rags, and she's not like. She's definitely wearing some sort of traditional Felspire nobility clothing. And so you can count that down as Celine's first appearance since the fire. And she turns to everyone and she goes, Saoirse once told me that grief was the price we pay for loving something real. And she said it like it was some sort of comfort, but I didn't really understand it at the time. Because I've always thought that grief is a curse. That it's a punishment or something that you can never let go. And now I know better. Because grief truly means that you have loved something great. And when I met Saoirse, I was no one. I had no name that was worth saying and no past that I could carry without bleeding from it. And somehow she saw through it. And she looked at me like she already knew where all the pieces that I was trying to hide were. And instead of pulling them apart, she just held them. And she was the light that made me feel like I didn't have to be a shadow anymore. And she fought like a lion, and she prayed like the gods were her old friends, and she was reckless, and she was wise, and she smelled like ash and rose oil, and she made me believe for the first time ever since that fire that I might not be all alone. And she might not have been my blood, but she was my sister. And I don't care what the world says about bloodlines, because they can keep their thrones and their crowns. And I would have followed her to the nine hells if that's where she went, because she made me feel like I was worth saving. And I never said thank you. Not really. So here it is. Thank you, Saoirse. For every time you stayed, for every time you didn't let me run, and for every night you made me laugh when I wanted to scream, for making me feel better, even when I didn't want to be. I want you to rest now, big sister, and if your goddess is as half as kind as you were, then I know she's already know how, then I know she's super lucky to have you there. And Josephine will just start crying and sit back down.
Oh my god. Gigi's also crying so much. She just burst out. And like ugly crying, and then she just like hugs Josephine as she comes down and like tries to keep it together but cannot. Cannot.
Well, Idols is going to like stand up, and as he walks past Josephine, and he's going to just like lay an arm on the shoulder and continue. And well, words are, at least for me, at a loss in situations like this. But I think we can all agree, or at least us that traveled with her, is that even though her eggs weren't their best, the smile and satisfaction on her face when we ate it made it worth it to do so. And that's really the kind of thing that bothers me, at least. I think each and every one of us would have gladly sacrificed our well-being to keep her here with us today. And it's so weird to have her life, her light, snuffed out from us in this weird and bizarre way. Like, we've been out into the wildlands for weeks on weeks and fought many a monstrosity. But this just proves that there are monsters alongside us, inside cities and inside of walls, as well as out in the wildlands. And I will promise you all, and I will promise Saoirse, that we are not gonna rest, and we are not gonna let her life be in vain. We will do better. We shall be better thanks to her. And we will never forget you. As I look over to the bowl and everything before I go and sit down again.
Is there somebody else that would like to speak?
Yeah. Vassith will rise as well. And just like Josephine and Ilos, Vassith is actually dressed up in a feathered regalia. He wears fur on his ankles and his wrists and around his waists, and has a feathered headdress with black and red feathers on it. This is the second time Vassith has worn anything in this campaign so far. Like Ilos said, the greatest lesson I have learned yet, Saoirse taught me, is that monsters doesn't need to have a form. It could be one of our own. It could be a beast in the wilds. And likewise, such a beast can be our ally and not a monster at all. Her teachings and her friendship and her ability to hunt baffled me. And I meant it when I said I don't think her story's over yet. I picture her now, battling with the chaos in another realm filled with spirits, her magic slinging about. Behind her, the great scales of balance, and she is fiercely protecting it, buying us time and buying you time to mourn and to prepare. I don't think her story is over yet. I don't think she's reached the eternal hunting grounds. I think she waits. I think she waits for Duncan to join her there. Her dedication to her mate was also incredible. I've only seen this sort of dedication once, and it was my own parents. We lizard folk usually doesn't bind to one another like you do. But I've seen this bond once, and it was really strong. And then, when Saoirse told me about her husband and her goals, I realized that her goals were the same, and her bond was the same. And it brings me comfort to know that this exists. So I won't say goodbyes just yet. Because I think I'll meet her again at some point. And then Vassar will step down.
Unless GG is going up, I think Dio will slowly make its way up.
Yeah, no, GG can barely keep it together, so nah.
Fair.
Mm.
So he walks up to the front, and in the beginning he speaks really low, as if he's really just speaking to her, but he increases his volume after the first few sentences. But he starts by going, A bard at a loss for words is unheard of. So I'll say a few things. I've told 1,000 stories. I've played countless melodies. I've sung too many songs to count. To cheering crowds, to strangers. But here in this space, I don't have a song for this. Saoirse was... She was light. Not the blinding light that burns away shadows, but the kind that finds you in the dark, sits beside you and says, "You're not alone." I remember the first time I met her, she wasn't alone. Duncan was at her side. And it was magnificent to watch. They moved like one soul split between two bodies. And I remember thinking, this is what love looks like. Two people in love, in step, in time, as if it's just the two of them that mattered in the whole world. But they somehow still found room to welcome a scruffy bard that barely knew who he was. And then when I saw her again years later, it was the same girl, the same welcoming personality, but Duncan was gone, and she never really talked much about it, not directly. But she carried it with her, that loss, like a second heartbeat. But instead of letting it break her, she carried his memory like a shield. She wanted to be like him, to fight monsters, to protect people, to matter. And she did. She really did. And she fought harder than anyone I've known. Not for glory, not for revenge, but to do some good. Just to live up to his name, live up to herself. And somehow, through all of that, she made space for me. And I know I annoyed her constantly. She rolled her eyes at half of the things I said or sang. And she probably wanted to throw me off a cliff more than once. But she remained my traveling companion and friend. She chose to stay with me. And she was my friend when I had nobody. And there were times where I was never regarding her as family. The only one that I really had. She was the type of person that would see you for who you are and not turn away. When I laughed too loud to hide the ache, when I talked too much to keep the silence from swallowing me, she never demanded that I be better. She just accepted me and believed that I could be. And now she's gone. Not because of some monster in the dark, not because of some noble sacrifice, but because someone wanted to hurt me and they knew exactly where to cut. She survived losing Duncan. She survived that grief. And she deserved to live through this too. But I wasn't enough to stop it. I'm so sorry, Saoirse. I'm sorry for dragging you into my shadow, for every careless word, for every time I made light of things you carried like stones in your heart, for not telling you sooner that you were the best thing that ever happened to me. You should have had peace. You should have found your way. You should have had more time. And you should have had the safety that you gave everyone else, including me. I would have traded places with you, gladly. You were worth 1,000 of me. But instead, I will carry your name. I will carry your story. And I'll try to be someone you'd still believe in. So wherever you are now, I hope you rest well. And if the gods try to boss you around up there, given that look that you used to give me when I said something stupid, you know, the one, the Dio shut the hell up look. I'm going to miss that look, and Dio is going to break down in tears and walk over to the rest of the crew.
My God.
Before Dio sits down, I'm gonna stand up and like invite him into a hug.
He's running into it.
Yeah, even Vaseth is going to pat you on the back after this.
The priest looks at you again. May Saoirse find peace. You will always be welcome in the temple. And I wish you the best. As you are gathering your thoughts and slowly make your way out and back to the tavern, you are stopped outside the entrance to the temple. It's Brennar. He looks at you, Dio. I know what your group has sacrificed, and I know of the loss you've just felt. And I know her kin. The one kin she shared with Duncan. And if you would like to partake in our ritual where we say goodbye in their way, meet me outside Ashvale after nightfall. And he hands you some papers and walks away.
Dio is stunned for a second, but with the paper, he turns to the group and says, "Did that mean what I think it meant?"
I have no idea what he was even talking about.
What could it mean? What do you mean?
He said the kin they had together. That could mean two things, I guess, but I mean, either their group is gathering for a funeral, which is, to be fair, the most likely scenario. The less likely scenario is there's some sort of child.
A little babe. Do you think she was a mom?
I mean, she never
And she
said
starts
anything
bawling
about
again.
it. But yeah, was this invitation to the entire group?
Yes.
Okay, I'm really wanting to go check this out if you guys are willing.
We have to.
Yeah,
Of course.
no doubt. For Saoirse, we have to do this.
But before that,
What's on the paper?
yeah, can we
Well-
look at the papers? Is there anything in particular that we should note in these?
On the paper, it's quite simple. It says Kallian Vex, human bard. Drogar Bloodbane, half orc. Ember Vieriel, tiefling warlock. Nyx Ravel, Drow rogue. And Arvok strong grip, dwarven death cleric.
Is it a hit list?
Well, it just fucking became it.
I
And
don't
with
care.
that, we're gonna take a short break.
We will be back in 5
Much
minutes.
needed break.
You guys get some water after shedding all those tears, and we'll be right back. Yeah, with more. So stay
More
tuned.
tears?
Fucking
Maybe more tears. Yeah. Who knows? All right.
You found?
I come back
Welcome
in here
back.
and it's just.
Oh my god.
I'm just
need to
bringing back
change
the
the mood.
mood, okay?
Yeah. Sorry, guys, I had to ditch the mask because it's actually too small, so my face hurts a little bit now.
You're very excused.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's no worries at all.
So Vasseth has memorized a list of names.
Mm-hmm.
Just that info.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All
are
right.
we heading to the tavern, or does anybody have anything else they need to do?
I'll guess you're heading to the tavern.
Yep. And when we get to the tavern, Dio is going to run up to his room before coming back down with a large backpack and running outside.
I run after Dio.
But I'll be back in a second.
Where are you going?
I'm just gonna get rid of some stuff, but I'll be back soon. Someone great gave me a great idea.
Well, okay, but keep your eyes open, like out and about.
Oh yeah, of course. And he flits away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down back at the table.
Yeah. And you sit there in silence for a little bit. At the same table you always sit at. And you all stop your eyes at the mark that Saoirse left on the table the night she turned the first time. And you remember Brennar's words talking about her kin. Is there something you would like to discuss? Or would you like to skip ahead a little bit?
I mean, other than Josephine is slightly like uncomfortable trying to just look around, nothing's really happening on my side.
Yeah, no, Idols just also seems generally heavy by the circumstance, and yeah, I'm quiet.
Yeah, so it's Gigi just having to gather some thoughts.
Well, Vasseth is eager to do something, and he's like visibly like he's like an HD child.
Yep.
Like,
Fidgeting.
yeah.
Yep.
That's it. We are gonna make sure to get back for Saoirse. Just try to let people process things a little bit.
Well, I understand the sentiment. But I'm also at the same time frustrated. And it's unusual. I think frustrated is the right word. I feel there's a lot we should do that we haven't done, and new things that we should do. And it's hard to prioritize where to start.
Tell me about it. And Josephine will literally slonk her fucking legs up on the table and be like, I feel like there is so much we haven't done, and then so much we have done at the same time. You know?
Yeah, it feels like we're like going on one adventure to do one thing and then 15 things happen that just give more like questions.
Well, I'm sure it will sort itself out once this is processed, I suppose.
Well, I mean, I think doing right by Saoirse is the most pressing matter at hand now. We'll see to all the other things after that. I think we should at least do whatever we can in her name, firstly.
I think you're right. Also, we can't let those super dangerous individuals just like walk around. Who knows who they're gonna hurt next and whose friends they're gonna like murder brutally in a back alley.
I mean, when we signed up for a guild to hunt monsters and keep all the people safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this happens inside the city. We can't let that slide.
No, we can't.
I,
But I mean, they weren't from here, right? Where did they come from?
they were from the city that Dio used to work in, right?
Sidonia.
I think
Are we
so.
sure? Like, he said he didn't know those people, right?
Well, I mean, people get hired to kill other people all the time. It's not something new.
Oh. I suppose.
So, those were probably a band of mercenaries, you know? Hired by the king, who is petty, and alone and sad.
But then who are they to blame, or do we have to go after the king?
Considering Dio's story, I think they are to blame. And besides, let them come. I am super dangerous too.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
perhaps they'll try to kidnap you the next time.
I welcome the attempt.
That's what I thought. It's just... It's so strange how such a small crime comes with such a high cost.
I
Isn't
mean, how Dio described that thing, it sounded pretty amazing, right?
Well, yes, it's amazing, but to be killed for stealing it when you don't even hold it anymore? You know, things doesn't make sense.
And the crime itself, as the far I see it, was locking it away in the first place.
Well, I mean, it should be used if it brings everyone joy.
At this moment, you return, Dio.
Dio walks back in with a backpack that is significantly smaller, and the very fancy clothes that he had been wearing have been traded out by still stylish clothes, but it's the type of stylish clothes that you can buy off the rack. They're not custom made. And his loot is not the same as he had before. It's a more simple wood-colored loot. And he comes over to the table and sits down.
Who are you, and what did you do with Dio?
Listen, Gigi, I know this isn't my usual get-up, but I needed to just get those old clothes out. I needed a change.
Hey,
So they didn't really have much around here, but I'm sure we can find a seamstress of some sort.
Hmm.
no one has to explain a new sense of style to me. That's
No,
understandable.
but that's because you don't have style.
Oh, and there he is. There's Dio that
Found
we
him.
all love and care about so much.
Oh.
Ilos, I don't get it. Can you explain this to me?
I also want to point out that literally Josephine is sitting there in regal clothing for the first time in forever, and you're just like, you have no sense of style. Yeah,
That's
thanks.
so 5 years ago.
Yeah, I mean those are old. That
Those are
cut has
super
not been in for
old.
almost half a decade. Wow.
Mhm.
I will explain
Josephine.
later. That's it. And well, Dio, it's great to have you with us again. I quite like your new attire.
Thank you. This golden, no, silvery vest is a little nod to the silver in Saoirse's outfit.
That's lovely.
It felt right.
But what do you make of the list? Do you think it's like he's giving us targets for tonight?
I can only assume he's given us the names of the people who did this. I mean, that's the guy. Do we sorry, DM, do we recognize the other people in this like dossier as the other people that were around him at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
it
So I mean,
fits.
yeah. So these are the guys that were there. So if this isn't a hit list, I don't know what the fuck is. So the question is where to start. We still have a bunch of stuff to do in addition.
Yeah, we were just discussing that actually. Like, what's the next step?
As far as we know, this Callion is still hunting you, Dio. Is he not?
Well, he did say, but he wanted me to get back to fighting form, I guess. I mean, a little tired, but I would fucking kick his ass.
Well, suffice it to say, they found you once, they will probably find you again, so wasting time looking for them seems wasted.
Or we could look for them one by one.
Do we
This
need to go to the fucking sacred grounds where the rift was? Or did they send someone else?
At
They
this
did some-
time, Master Hunter Waylon
Of
Enters.
course he shows up now.
You know what?
enters the tavern
Son of a bitch.
and
Ah.
joins your table.
Great friend with the incredible sense of time.
Didn't have time to show up at the temple though, did you? But
Have
okay.
you been Wayland?
I've been saying goodbye for my own sake, and I will join you for tonight's ritual if you allow me.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah, right?
Okay.
Anyways, I assume you have seen the list provided by Brennar?
Indeed. Got it right here. It's going to slam it on the table.
Yeah. Ulrich did some digging around, and he found out that he found the names of the mercenary group that was sent after you, Dio.
Hmm.
It
Do they
was
have a name? Like a name for the group?
not as we know of just yet, but Ulrich will keep digging.
But
Several
it's
of
not
them
as cool
wore.
as ours.
Yeah, I mean, several of them wore robes. So I vote that we call them the bag of dicks.
That's exactly right.
You may call your enemy whatever you want. I am here to apologize for my behavior last night. At the time, I didn't know of your loss, and I'm so sorry for not giving Saoirse the proper respect. She was one of us, and she was a great addition to your group.
I have a question, Waylon, because
Yes?
how does this happen often? Do you just let, I don't know, a band of mercenaries perform a silly song up on stage and then kidnap a woman out in the dark and then slay her or slit her throat in front of her entire group of friends? Just wondering casually, does this happen a lot here?
Josephine!
Wait, let her ask the question. It's a good question.
Wait,
No.
hold on. Haha. That is a 27 in intimidation. By the way.
Ooh!
All right.
Idos is definitely intimidated
He
and
sits
Bit
back.
a
awestruck.
little impressed.
Yeah.
He sits back in his chair, looking at you. No, it doesn't happen often, and not to a group with your combined force. Therefore, this attack is also an attack on the Ashborn Unchained. And as Brennar told you, you have all the support you want in this quest of yours to find whoever did this and bring them to justice. And on that note, this probably isn't quite the correct moment to do so. But your group, as of now, is the strongest in Ashborn Unchained.
Of course.
We venture into the wild for 2 weeks, come back, and all of a sudden everyone's like gone, or
Yeah, can I ask what's the life expectancy of a group here? Because it seems like we are the most experienced after just a few weeks. So have everyone else died? Have everyone else retired? What's the deal?
No. Nobody has shown the courage you have.
Oh,
And
pure
therefore
natural
you
talent.
also have gained the most experience.
Yeah, makes sense.
And we, as I said, this is perhaps not the time, so I will just quickly mention it. You're a healer down.
Hmm.
And we have slightly particular individual with the mindset that would quite fit well within your group, I believe. And we would like to have her join you for a mission or two.
You have a healer that can join us.
Yes.
Well,
Did she lose or he lose the entire group that they were with, or?
She's been soloing some quests here and there, but she hasn't found her own group. She's quite a character. I think it's best if you just you will see when you meet her, but I think it would be wise to include her.
sorry, you say that she's quite the character. Do you want her
Yes.
to join us because we're quite the characters? Because that's what it seems like you're saying to my
I don't-
face,
that
frankly, which is
can't
quite...
be. But I don't think that's
In
why,
s-
Josephine.
In some regards, being a character could be a good thing. Don't you agree?
I don't like it. I don't think she's a good fit, probably.
Guys,
As
guys,
long as the character is super dangerous, I'm in.
Well, I mean,
She claims to be a demigod, so
Sorry, what?
That's
Huh?
ridiculous.
Wait, she
What?
claims to be a demigod?
Or
You haven't
is.
you haven't checked this out? You just allow her to walk around calling herself a demigod?
how can you check that information out?
I don't know. You know everything else. You can't figure out if she's a demigod or not?
I
ju-
mean,
I-
obviously she's just silly talking.
I don't have a way to reach out to the gods and ask them such a simple question. But
Well, you're gonna leave that up to us once again. Okay.
the power that she has shown, well, I don't doubt her. She's quite powerful. And I think she will be a welcome addition to your group.
I mean, okay. Is she joining us here or?
She will meet you tomorrow.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
just finishing up her affairs.
Yeah, I think we have to talk about this, right, guys? Like, we have to talk about it if, like, we're ready and.
GG.
I mean, we're definitely going into a trial period. Like, we're not accepting a new member just because she's a healer. Especially
Yeah.
not if she's walking around claiming to be a demigod and not being one. I mean, a demigod would be great to have on our team. Can you imagine the stories we can make with a demigod on our team? Holy shit! But yeah, let's keep an eye on these on this individual.
we shall give her.
Envisioned that you would like to have her on your team. Perhaps she can join you if you were to investigate the ruins of Khazraktur, perhaps, or any other mission that you see fit. Perhaps take a quest from the quest board in the guild. Just do what you want. Try her out and see if she's a fit with your group.
I have a proposal.
Yes?
Let's take her into Khazraktur.
Oh, was that the entire proposal?
Yes.
All right.
Or, like, leave
speaking
her
of
there, or what do you
taking
mean,
people
Bassett?
into Khazraktur, if we were to go, who you said that, this would be huge for the guild, but we would need help for the big giant, thing blocking the entrance. So I don't think.
Didn't you make a deal with the ancient wyvern?
Yes. If we can get the influential shard out of the way that binds it there and set it free, it won't stop us from entering.
That's correct. I thought I remembered something like that.
But at this point, I feel super dangerous, and I think we can take him on.
Well, her.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't ever really come to an agreement on how to deal with him.
It was because the guild was so obsessed with killing this thing, claiming that it would bring glory to the guild.
But we, yes, if you were to, that quest is twofolded. But if you are to slay a dragon or an ancient wyvern, that would be great for the guild, and perhaps even get us some big contracts in the future. But the main goal should actually be to open Khazraktur again and start mining the mithril we can find in there. It's the whole reason that Ashvale prospered in the beginning. And in doing so, you will, of course, get a cut of the profits.
Naturally.
Since our visit in the mines last
Yes.
time, I feel we have learned a lot about what affects creatures that are coming close to these shards. There have been talk of chaos and madness and mind-altering effects. Unlike the great dragon that we set free, who I consider ally, this great wyvern, I am afraid, if we set it free, without knowing if his mind can be cured, is more dangerous than trying to take him on.
Well, I mean, then there's all of his hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of children.
Well, we do like the bag of dicks.
Sorry?
We isolate the mother and kill the mother.
What?
I'm with Vasset on this. That's a sound plan.
What?
Yeah, like, what are you struggling to understand? He said a perfect, well thought out plan right now.
Isolate
I
the
don't-
mother?
I'm not sure I like that. Like, we promised we'd help him.
I
Didn't
think
we?
it's a she.
Well, Gigi,
She.
you can promise a lot of things to
They.
a lot of people. You don't have to hold it all the time.
You should.
I mean,
Should you though?
Yes, Theo.
Should you though?
I
Okay,
can
but-
simply remember we promised to try.
Oh, see? Vasset knows something that I like to call
Yeah.
perception of the truth, which
Yeah.
is an amazing ability that makes you not have any guilt for living. So that's what I'm gonna roll with.
And it's a good message to the kids that semantics and grammar are very important.
Yes, we also teach younglings that making a vow is sacred and should be kept at all times.
But I mean, is a promise a vow? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of this. Like, is it really?
We said we'd look into it, and we looked into it.
Well, that's true. Okay, Wayland. Do you have any more information to us, or do you just like sitting here? Do you like looking at
Yeah.
Ilos, maybe? Reminds you of your friend? Speaking of your friend,
Why?
where is he? Because I've been wondering that for a hot minute. I've been thinking something, right? When, the king left here, why did he just said he wanted to leave, but that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would he leave all his friends and just wander off alone?
Oh,
He had to leave, right?
yes. Give me a second. Let's. eh,
The answer you are looking for is in a different folder.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Not
Let's
the
see.
folder you're looking for.
Welcome to just
I
what
was-
hasn't been in Ashvale in so long.
Actually, there's a thing I want to do
What?
when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I want to cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
The
Fireball.
spell is called Augury.
Very nice.
You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's the.
Yeah. So Vaseth will commune with Varkath about traveling to Khazrak-Dur to slay the ancient wyvern. And
Within
ask,
30 minutes?
well, considering that it could happen that you got up and went there within 30 minutes, what would happen? Weal, woe, or indifference?
What's the bad one again?
Woe is bad, weal is good. Weal and woe is both good and bad, and indifference is neither good or bad.
It's a loaded question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. How to die in battle you would consider an honor if your opponent is strong and just more powerful than you? Then
Well-
that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing now.
Well, considering your loaded question, Vaseth will consider dying very bad because he has a promise, a real one, that he has not yet fulfilled.
Then you see there's a very bad omen to go and slay the wyvern. Like, it's crystal clear.
Hmm.
We're off to slay the wyvern. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Vaseth will cast a spell, and he will, use bits and bobs, like, witches throwing bones on the table, reading them, and there will be glowing runes around on the table. And we'll ask
What's
the
he
question.
doing, Alos?
He will ask the question out loud in Draconic, so Josephine, you understand it. And he will ask, will slaying the great ancient wyvern bring us honor and glory? And the results, Vaseth doesn't, he doesn't get the vocal confirmation, but he goes, oh.
But
I
you
don't
asked
understand
about
anything you just did.
I
you
was his
asked
dad, yes.
about yeah.
Hmm?
He leans in close.
Yeah, Waylon, what do you want to say? Say it to my face.
Listen here.
Yes.
He went on a false mission.
What?
It turned out to be false. It was to draw him out. Veterans in the guild talk about a dark heart. I don't know what that means yet,
What?
but I have also heard whispers about the ruins beneath the guild, holding a secret message.
Okay.
We shouldn't talk about this here.
Okay. Where should
We
we
can
go
talk about it.
then?
I will arrange a meeting.
Okay, perfect. Great. That's lovely. That's all I need to know. I like how
But-
you everyone around will just see like Wayland and Josephine getting strangely way too close to each other, and then just hear.
I was about to say it's mostly between those two, right?
Yeah, it's definitely like a
he-
secret conversation.
Yeah,
He looks at you, Alos, and you, most of all, should tread carefully.
You know,
What?
I know,
our leader
I
is great, and he has the greatest team around him. So you know.
I know I have not been the one you needed me to be. But I assure you, my alliance lies with you.
Thank you, Waylon. We appreciate it. We really do.
Absolutely. And Yeah. Yeah.
But we will talk about this later. I think you have a ceremony to get ready for.
Yeah.
And he will step away.
And speaking of that, that's it. Or anyone. Do any of you guys have some sort of poison or acid stuff?
Here. And
I-
Josephine would literally find it within 2 seconds.
Didi would be like, no, who would have that? And then,
I mean, what?
Oh.
I mean, no. I mean,
Worst.
let's just fucking take it. Just here we go.
I'll grab it. And then you just see that Ilos is just like pulling a couple of arrows up and like tying a little bit of cloth right beneath the arrowhead. And then just like drenching that cloth in poison.
Nice.
What
I'll
does
do it on as many arrows as you will allow a small bottle of poison to.
You get 4 poison arrows.
4. Okay.
Let's say Constitution saving throw DC 14 fail equals 1d6 extra damage.
DC 14.
Yep.
All those bones you're throwing around is making me hungry, Bassett. Do you reckon Martha has chicken wings?
Probably.
Why don't you eat the rest of the chicken?
What?
Why would you eat only the wings? There's more meat on the body.
Well, that's a great point. Martha, can I have an entire grilled chicken, please?
Coming right up there.
That's a great shout, Bassett.
Martha is too good. Just great. Do you guys ever have like this looming dread that you should contact the people in your past or make a deal with the devil?
no?
Looming quite large.
I have
Sweet.
made contact with people from my past. And
Yeah, I mean,
I have made deals with Theo.
Oh, I mean, yeah, technically, making deals with Dio is now making deals with the devil, is it not?
Wait. Okay. I'm not. I can't really do anything when making deals.
But you're a part demon. Maybe you should be able to do something when making deals. You should ask your dad about it. I'm sure he'll figure something out.
That's a great idea. That's a
You're-
fantastic idea.
You're welcome. I mean, I could set something up for you, maybe. I can ask him the next time he tries to contact me.
What?
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 What are you talking about?
You just talked to Dio's dad? Since when?
Wait, when? How? Why? All the question.
All the- Often?
Okay, so long story short, no stress.
In your head, you hear, "Careful what you say next."
Question to the DM as well, quickly.
Yep.
Her eyes, are they still like red?
Let's see how she answers.
I mean, just like here last night, I thought I was, and then she remembers what she thought she was following, and then she says, I just saw a shadow, and I thought it was,
That's so scary.
Yeah, I thought.
Why would you
I
do
saw
that after
Dio's
all-
dad as a shadow. It was really, really weird, just
Wow.
silly.
You thought you saw my dad as a shadow? Why didn't
Yeah.
you tell me?
And you followed?
Yeah, I just, it was weird. It was like so weird, this whole experience. And then, like, I, I just remembered. Crazy.
Wait,
right?
what do you talk about? Like, did he ask about me? Did you tell him about all the stuff I've done?
I did. I think he watches you, Dio. Like, I don't really talk to him. Like, I just thought I saw him. I mean, I didn't. I don't. Yeah.
Celine blinks her eyes. You can see that they are turning brighter and brighter red.
Your infection is up again.
Sorry. My what?
Like your eye.
My eyes. What's happening to
Yeah,
my
yeah,
eyes?
they're turning red. Like blink a couple of times.
Don't look.
Like
Don't worry,
they,
looks
they,
looks
they,
good.
they went from like sunsetty to burning.
need some eye drops.
I love flame. It's just, I mean, I don't know what's happening. We've had some rough couple of days, so maybe I'm just imagining stuff. Maybe I'm going bad. Who knows?
I mean, they look like burningly hot. I mean,
I mean, I don't understand anything either. Like I don't understand anything Vasith just did with all the bones. I don't understand Waylon, who just keeps coming to our table, saying a bunch of stuff and then leaving again. You're talking to Dio's dad. You have to be like, we all have to be careful. What is he talking about?
yeah, we all have to be careful. I can assure you on that.
Okay, so just give me two seconds, and she will turn around, and she will flick open the spoon that she took last night, because she's been carrying this spoon with her now to talk to Dio's dad. And she's gonna turn around and whisper, if you want to stealth, you know that my stealth is going to be really high. That's 27. To like, sleight of
Are you
hand
doing
is
this at the
fine.
table?
I'm doing it at the table, but I'm doing it with a sleight of hand, and that's a solid 22. I'm just turning around, whispering, like, why can't I say anything? Like, this is so weird. What do you mean? What do you mean, thread? Carrot?
Before even talking, you see in the spoon a reflection of yourself. But not as you normally see yourself. You have white hair and red skin, small horns starting growing out,
Yay,
and you
twinsies!
can see a set of wings starting emanating from your back. And before you're even able to speak, you drop the spoon.
Martha, can we get another spoon over here?
Hey, Josephine, you lost this.
Guys, I think I'm going mad. I think I'm going mad. I,
It's just a spoon, Josephine. You can always get a new one.
Listen, have you ever seen your self-reflection and then it's not you that's there?
Yes, very recently.
Yeah, well, I mean, every time, or not every time, but sometimes when I look, like, into the spoon, I just see, like, a not me, you know? And it freaks me out.
In your
That
head
particular
again,
spoon or every spoon?
in your head again, you hear a familiar voice. Female voice. Don't worry, daughter. We will overcome this obstacle.
Oh, does
Excuse
my
me,
eyes
what?
turn blue again?
No,
They're still red.
one of them is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Your character art is half right.
Alright.
But I mean, you have so many personalities. Like, how is this new for you?
Well, I mean, this personality looks like a demon. I look like fucking Dio's sister over here.
Wait, what? Let's
Keep
keep it what calm down.
No, literally, like, my reflection looked like I had wings just like you, horns just like you, I was red-skinned just like you, I had white hair just like you, and it was weird, okay?
Listen. Yeah, you could not pull this off. I'm sorry. Freckles, you just be happy with how you look right now. Don't try to be anyone else.
Yeah, don't try to. You know, he looks great and all. We know that, but it's his thing.
I
You
look at
can't.
myself right now and I'm like, Dio, you do realize that this is not my everyday look, right?
Yeah, but I mean, a little bit of makeup,
I'm,
a little bit of rags, it doesn't really change much. It's still you.
Thanks.
And you all can see, after you have said this, Dio, you can see that there is a kind of a shadowy figure of Josephine. Or it looks like Josephine stepping out of her body, but she's more slender and have stronger, more pointy features, and kind of resembles a being of the underworld. And she slams her hand down in the table, and he looks at you, Dio, and says, "You don't defy me."
Excuse you? What the fuck? Where did you come from? Who are you?
And as the figure steps into Josephine's body again, you can see that she sits there a little bit flustered, looking back up to you, both blue eyes looking directly at you, and says, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I care for you. You're my friend."
Okay.
Uh,
And who is this friend?
Sorry? What? Who's what?
You don't get any of this, Josephine. You just
Yeah.
you have your body back now.
Do we all see
Yep.
that the eyes are blue again?
Who's what?
like, we
Yes.
know if we're your friends. You don't have to tell
Yeah.
us. We know.
That was
He
weird
knows.
as hell.
I didn't say anything.
And
What do you
from
you did.
mean?
where
You
her
just sent a
hand
shadow person out, and then
where her hand hit the table, it's a small burn mark.
You know what? I'm always kind of in the shadows, so I guess, like, I am kind of a shadow? Like, I've been called the shadow. previously, but it's not like.
That's more of an artistic nickname, not an actual shadow, I would assume.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about. You're acting weird.
Eidos is gonna like
Mm.
lean in a little closer, like not really close, but like just a little. Your eyes has changed again.
My
They're
what?
they're back to being like the waves on the ocean in the Fair Isles.
You
I
have
I,
a.
I like that. I like your blue eyes better.
Thank you. Very good compliment. It's just, it's just.
Yeah, you can't keep staring so intently at people. Not only is it very intimidating when you don't blink, but you also damage your eyes. You need to like moisturize.
Don't strain them.
Yeah, don't strain.
What? What is going
It's very
on?
intimidating.
I am. Okay. I'm sorry.
You're fine, you're fine. Just like, I bet you don't even think about it, because,
I mean,
Do you need some
shadow and all.
sleep.
Yeah,
No.
like are you tired or something? Like you're not, or maybe you're hungry. Do you want a piece of this chicken?
Thank you, Dio. I would love a piece of that chicken. As a matter of fact. And yes, I'm still tired from dying. But like, I feel like you're gonna be tired from actually, dying for a few days. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's understandable. I think we're all kind of tired after all of this.
Yeah, there's nothing to apologize for at all.
Yeah. But maybe, yeah, calm down a bit. Like, don't be that aggressive, like slamming on the tables and stuff. But we're all friends here.
I didn't slam on the table. I will look and I will
Yeah.
see the burn mark and I will freak the fuck out. Like, Josephine will literally jump in her seat, scream, and like walk 2 meters like behind, seeing like the burnt, kind of like slightly burnt wood on her side.
Oh, we
Where'd that
left
come
another
from?
mark on Martha's table. Ugh. Are you
But
okay?
as you spring up and take a step back, there's someone sitting in your chair for a split second before the figure turns to a shadowy mist and seeps into your body again.
Hey,
I don't like ash and fire and flame and burn marks and that sort of thing.
We don't see this figure in the chair, right? It's just,
No, just Josephine.
right? Yeah, oh. Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. We can probably get it away somehow. Gigi will take a napkin and try and rub it away.
I will cast mending. Fix it immediately. I
Hmm.
specifically will not fix the scratch mark though, like left by Saoirse. But I'll fix the burn
You
mark.
you use a spell.
I mean, if it will remove Saoirse's scratch mark, I won't use it.
It won't.
Okay.
But as you start conjuring up your spell,
Matt.
you get a burning sensation on your thigh from your burn mark. You take 12 fire damage,
God
and
damn.
you are unable to cast spell.
that's helpful.
Uh?
And you hear in your head, "You have not chosen a source of power.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry, dear, everything will be fine."
God, I wish
Just
sometimes
focus.
everyone in my head
You
would
can
just
do
shut the fuck up.
this.
And she will
What?
say that
We
out
didn't
loud.
say
Do
anything.
now.
Shut the fuck up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Shut.
You're the only one talking, Jojo.
Shut the fuck up! Just shut the fuck up! I don't care who you are. I don't care. Okay, mom, I'm sorry. I care who you are, but shut the fuck up, both of you.
Okay.
I'll hush
I didn't
Dio
say
and,
anything!
and Gigi.
Yeah,
Oh,
Vaseth, just leans over and grabs half of what's left of Dio's chicken, eating while watching.
good, yeah.
Since we have
Look at the popcorn.
implemented that system, you take 60 points of madness.
16.
Ah!
60.
Oh my god.
Sleep. Fucking
mean-
sleep.
Valid.
How sleep won't cure me like that, but I would like to know what level I'm on,
Third.
That's that's third, yeah.
which okay, we'll have some
So
thoughts.
you have becomes paranoid and unpredictable, disadvantages on all wisdom-based skill checks. You occasionally hallucinate seeing enemies where there are none,
Well,
or
I've been here
mistake
before, haven't
allies
I?
for threats. And you also have chaotic instability. Roll a d6 at the start of combat or when making any major decision. On a 1 or 2, the character's actions are controlled by the DM for that round, as they are overwhelmed by conflicting impulses.
All right.
Wow.
She will just be standing there, then just talking to herself and be like, I don't like your voice. You can shut the fuck up. You know, Mom, just don't tell me what to do. I don't need your constant
Gigi,
reminder that you're fucking
Should
dead.
you
I don't.
take
She
her
just
to the washroom and splash some water in her face, maybe?
stand and talk to herself.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Josephine, come on. Can we to try and gently guide her towards
Yeah, she will move if you like guide her from the back.
Fucking music.
But
We'll be right back.
I can't be in this situation once again. I've been here before. I've been in the exact same situation before. I don't need this. I really
Oh
don't.
my god.
But you don't have fireball this time.
No, but I just added something new with fire, which I am scared of. So thanks for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ay.
Ilos is also following and guiding her.
Do you want me
alone.
to roll a d6 then?
Not now.
Okay.
Can I cast she'll like guide her gently towards the washroom, and her hand on her back will be warm and sort of like pulsate gently as I cast heroism on her to
Mhm.
get her to deal with her feelings a little better. So a willing creature, yes, depends. Are you willing though?
Am I willing? I mean, I would say I am. I would say I would allow someone to guide me. And if you
Tell me what the spell does.
A willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to the frightened condition and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. So it's mostly she's immune to being frightened. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe that's
Roll-
helpful.
Roll a d6.
Shall I?
No, Josephine. And before you roll,
don't fail me this time. Yeah?
if you get a 2, you resist the spell. If you get a 1, you attack Gigi.
Okay. That is a 4.
All right, so then you control yourself.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Great. Yeah,
There, it'll be okay. It'll just calm down. Elos, what is this?
I have no idea.
Just feel your feelings and say what you need to say. Who are you
feel
talking to?
my
You-
feelings?
Gain clarity.
I was talking to my mom in my head.
Like in your head, or?
Oh my god, that sounds so dumb. Yes, in my head.
It's not dumb. It's like, you know, I
But-
do that sometimes.
Okay,
I think
listen.
talk.
You know how this chaos began when I started to figure out that I had magic, right?
Hmm.
Well,
As she's saying this, a figure steps out of Josephine. Her mother.
We all see this. Elos,
Yes.
me, and
She
Oh.
looks at Josephine. Listen, child. You need to make a decision soon. Or this conflict will tear your body apart in this realm.
is this about the
I-
deal?
Yes. It's about the deal. There will be consequences. But you need to resist him. This is not the path for you.
I agree.
Then resist him.
Alright, easy peasy, no problem. Resist the fucking demon lord of hell or whatever. Thanks, Mom. Great advice, as always.
Elos, you also see this, right? It's not just me and her. You also see.
Do I?
You also see this.
I
So
mean,
you know it is not crazy and there's something going on.
and this is also a familiar figure to Ilos, so.
Actually, you have all seen this figure before in the dream realm.
Yeah.
I don't think you were here, Gigi.
No, I wasn't, but I remember, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. No. I see.
That's her mom, right? She's not talking to her mom in her head because she's right there.
Yeah. Uh. Uh.
Josephine looks directly at you, Alos and Gigi. I'm within her. We all are.
We?
All?
Everybody?
Who?
She's just talking about the consequences of my actions. That's all within me.
Yeah, it's important to take the consequences for your actions, but you had to make a choice? Or your body will what? Be torn apart? What do you mean?
That can happen. That can't happen.
I was trying to tell you guys that ever since I've discovered that I have this magic, it's been very confusing to figure out where it comes from. And my mom guided me, and so I think a part of my magic stems from, you know, her and her great sorcery and, well, my Fey lineage. But then I died, and now someone else is trying to take that source of power and build on it.
You know who or what?
Artio's dad, obviously. That's why she's been talking to him.
I
Yeah,
mean,
she said she hadn't been talking.
Okay, so here the other day, and fuck off, she will say in her to her brain, just fuck off. Here the other night, I thought that I saw Ilos walking, and I followed him, and it was definitely not Ilos, because I started talking to him and realized that Ilos would never stare directly into my eyes and walk closer to me without stuttering. So I figured.
You defy my orders.
I figured. I don't care. I figured that it wasn't you, so I started talking, and it seems like this
Stop now.
demon wants me to just
I warn you.
with me, and I don't know what to do.
I mean, that doesn't sound like my dad at all.
I mean, if that's the two you have to choose from, obviously your mom.
Which is
Yeah,
the
I
path
mean-
I want to follow.
Is there anything we can do to help you follow it? Follow her?
So that's your choice then.
I suppose.
Yeah, what?
Fine. Have it your way. Josephine falls lifeless to the ground.
Whoa, what?
Oh my god!
You're at
Lifeless.
0 HP.
Oh.
Just tell me
Oh,
when to go.
immediately. Lay on hands. Bam.
2 seconds here. Alright. Alright,
Yeah.
so
I mean, 20 points at least.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Josephine, as you say this, everybody else see that you fall lifeless to the ground. But what you see is this demon stepping out of your body. And in doing so, he takes your life's energy with him. And there's a small flicker within you left behind. And that's your mother. And all you can hear in your head is, "Rise, my child, please. Fight this. You're strong. I know you can fight this." And you can feel this warmth spreading across your body as Gigi's magic brings you back.
I have a question. Do
Yes,
I
but-
some? Oh,
I'm not done. As soon as you wake up, the first thing you see is Alos in a doorway behind you. And you can see that he looks directly at you. And with his mouth, "You will pay for this. I'll see you in hell." And he steps through the door and vanishes.
I was about to say, like, if I do venture into hell, but I probably don't since I'm just unconscious, so that makes sense. But if he mouths "see you in hell," I'll be like, happily. So I kind of mumble, just happily.
Apple. She wants an apple. Somebody get an apple.
Apple?
I run.
What?
Apple. Such a
I-
random request. You just.
I
what
run to find an
happened?
apple.
Are you okay?
I feel like I just died again.
I mean, you just fell down. Like, what happened?
I think I told the demon to fuck off.
Yes, that's really good, but
he
it's not.
said that he will see me in hell, so now I have an eternal suffering when I die. So cheers to that, motherfuckers.
Well, I mean,
We'll
you were going
probably-
there initially, so.
No, no. We'll
Yes.
we'll fix that. We'll
know
fix
that-
all of that. We'll get you on the path of righteousness and save your soul so it can go into Orathiel's eternal embrace.
Gigi, I would love nothing more than for you to guide me on the path of righteousness and for you to just make me a better person. And
I'm so glad.
Dio will, and probably everyone, I guess, maybe not Ilos, maybe not Bassett actually, but Dio will get that this is, Josephine is just entertaining her. Like, there is
much
no
bullshit.
way there's no redeeming her soul. And then she will look at Dio and be like, you and me, we're going to that place, so it's fine.
I'm not in the room. I'm on an apple hunt.
Oh,
So we still have a buddy.
where?
Well, I'd like to point out that through all this debacle, Vasseth has been actually sitting down, and he's reacted. He's reacted to the things that happened by shifting his body or almost getting up, not being he hasn't been indifferent to the things that happened, but he hasn't really gone the full action length on anything. But at this point, he will stand up and say, Waylon was right. We are quite the characters.
He has a point, for sure.
Do I find an apple, DM?
Oh.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I come sprinting back in. Josephine! Hey, here you go.
It's a happy apple.
I don't know this custom, but thank you.
You asked an apple. When you woke up again, you the first thing you said was apple.
You definitely did.
Okay, well, didn't have to run off to get one for me.
I mean, I just want to. I just want you to be well.
I hope I'm
So
well
cute.
now. I feel
Yeah,
better.
because you made it like you chose your mom, right? so-
Yes, I did.
Good. Now everything will be well. She pats you on the shoulder and like helps you up,
Thanks.
brushes you off a bit.
I will take Ilo's apple and eat it.
In your head, you hear Dio. Son,
What?
I need your help.
Okay. What?
Would you let me in?
Now? We just finished eating. We're going out to a ceremony soon.
It will just take a moment.
Yeah, I mean, sure, if you need it.
All right. So as you are welcoming your father, there's a small boy coming towards you. Thank you for letting me into this realm. As I approached from my realm to help you, son, I believe I had a passenger with me. Someone snuck.
Okay.
Somebody snuck in my spell and used it as a gateway and hoped to gain power and a puppet in this realm.
Okay. By putting two and two together, that makes a lot more sense.
I need you to help me track down this individual and stop him. Send him back to me.
Okay. By how? By post? Like how? I'm like. Is that just how do we vanquish him?
He
Her,
looks.
it?
He looks. The little boy looks at you. His eyes flaring up with a big grin. When you meet him, just let go.
I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll do as you said for sure.
And the little boy looks at you, Josephine. Smiles at you and... Oh, can I have that? And he grabs your apple and runs off.
I'm. Oh. Okay.
Were you done with that or?
Hey, that was hers!
That's fine.
She was eating that.
You
Give
know
it back.
what? You know what? It's fine. It's just a kid stealing food. It's fine.
We're not unfamiliar with that.
Alright, so with that, we have talked a little bit amongst the group here, and we have decided that since it's Easter, we're gonna do slightly longer stream. But we
Another
will...
4 hours. Let's go.
I did not say that. So,
Norwegian holidays. Yay!
yeah.
D&D all night long.
So, should we take a small break?
We can take a small break, I think, for about like 2 minutes, 1.5
Yeah,
even.
ish.
Quick
Yeah.
break. Everyone just refills their cups with water or whatever beverage that you are drinking tonight, or this morning, or afternoon, whatever time it is for you. And we will see.
Still
you guys.
haven't heard anything.
Yeah, we are
No,
not
we're
sponsored by
still-
Pepsi Max
we're
yet.
still waiting
So
for a response. So if Pepsi Max could reach out, that would be lovely.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Some of us are converting into Coca-Cola.
oh,
Uh-oh.
I wonder.
Who might that be? Oh,
Is it just so it matches the color?
of course, Neo is always color coordinated. We know this.
It's-
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I will see you
Very
guys
in
in a
character.
little bit. Goodbye.
no, not goodbye.
Not goodbye,
Oh.
see you soon.
See you
See you
soon.
soon. Okay.
Gotta take a stand, gotta take a stand. Gotta take a stand, gotta take a stand. Can't hold it in, no, I can't hold it in, no. Pissing on a vine. Pissing on a vine. Feeling wild, free. Pissing on a vine. Taking a stand, pissing on a vine. Man, I feel fine, pissing on the vine. That's really made me open my mind. Let the soil it drinks from be covered in piss. I offer you my freedom to piss in this vine. Piss on it, piss on it, piss on it, piss on it. Piss on it, piss on it, piss on it, piss on it. My thirst was too much. My thirst to piss on it. Pissing on the vine where the sun shines. Pissing on the vine where the sun fucking shines. I like to piss on it. It looks glistening. It looks like it's discovering a piece of me. I don't know why you're still listening to the song about
Chat
And we want to
GPT.
release this thing
I-
upon the world.
Yeah, I mean, that was 1.5 minutes, so it's actually a
Is
little
it?
longer. Yeah, but I think you know, I like. I mean, I can entertain for a little bit. No
Are we,
problem.
are we back?
We are back. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi,
Happy
I'm
Easter,
here.
everyone.
I turned invisible.
Yes.
Everyone turned invisible.
I'm right back.
It's no stress, no worries. Everything's all right.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it though? Is it though?
Would you say so?
I would say that I'm at a
Crossroads?
No, 6.3 solid. All right with Josephine right now.
Yeah.
Definitely not thinking about the consequences of my actions, like
Oh.
always.
What's
Matt,
that?
I have a meta question.
Yes.
Did the exorcism that just was performed,
Yes.
did that cure any madness points?
I was just thinking about that. And I think we're gonna say yes to complete cureness of madness points. But since this is not a stream for children, I can also say that you're quite fucked in your head, so you have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Me?
Yep.
2 more or 2 levels? That
Are you dead if you get 2 more?
No, I'm at level 3. Again.
All right. Yeah. So let's do that.
Fuck. I was just about to like, you know, be all right.
Roll up. So you thought.
But Matt had other plans, like usual.
Yes.
Well, maybe don't make deals with demons then.
Hey,
Josephine, how about that?
I was literally
about-
dying,
That.
and I did make the deal. If we're going in practicalities, I think it was Dio who said that, you know.
Well, now Ilos will get his blue eyes back.
That's true.
And we have a Dark Ilos roaming about this world. I love that for us. Little doppelganger. Surely
Alright.
that can not cause any harm.
Now that we
Definitely
are all,
not.
Poor
all
Ilos.
back,
Didn't even
all
do
back
anything.
again.
It's just nice.
Shall we proceed?
Let's do it.
All right. So for this last little bit of today's session, you dust yourself off after what just transpired at the tavern. You get some rest and have a lovely chicken or two for dinner before starting to walk outside of Ashvale to meet Brennar. And hittingly, you notice there is a full moon tonight as you walk out. And after walking for about 30 minutes or so, you meet him at a destination you have discussed previously. And there is a moonlit grove that you enter. The forest is quiet. there is no city sounds to reach here. The moon hangs full overhead, casting a silver light across the trees. There is no torches and no fire. Not yet. And let's see here. The grove is marked by 3 weathered stones. There's one card with a bow, one with a claw, and one with a fang. Laid across the central stone, you see Saoirse's cloak, carefully folded. Her bow rests beside it. At the base of the stone lies a shallow fire pit, unlit, but ready. Brennar steps forward. His voice is low and raw. This is not for the city or the temple. This is for the pack. For those who bled beside her. He says, "We said our farewells under stone and star. We honored the guide, the healer, the friend. But here we honor the hunter." Saoirse did not fear the night. She walked into it, lived by it, listened to the whispers of the wind, tracked the heartbeat of the wild. He was one of us. And now, she's still out there, spirit on the wind, eyes in the dark. He has begun her final hunt. But she cannot finish it alone. He reaches into his coat and produces a wooden token, shaped like a wolf fang. He carves a name into it. And the name is none other than Celian Vex. He holds it up for all of you to see. This is her quarry, the one who took her from us. And this is our vow. We will finish what she started. We will hunt him down, so she can find peace. She can run free again, not weighted by vengeance, but lifted by it. Brennar places the wood token in the fire pit. He pricks his thumb and presses his blood onto the token. He turns to you and says, "Step forward. Leave something of yourself. A broken blade, a spent arrow, a word whispered into the flame. This is your mark. Your vow to the hunt." And he signals all of you to step forward and leave something in the fire pit.
Yeah, Vaseth will step forward and he will take one of the medium-sized scales from his chest, rip it off, and place it next to the token.
Nice.
Eidos is stepping forward, and considering that he caught some of the whisper that Josephine made to Sasha during the funeral, He's gonna bring out one of the poison arrows and put it into the fire.
Very fitting.
Okay, following that, Josephine is gonna take one of her older daggers, like not Moonpiercer and Sunfang, but one of her older daggers that she probably has on her still. I mean, even despite with the Felspire and get up. And she is going to cut her palm, leaving her own blood on it, and throw it into the pit.
He was going to stand up and go over to the fire pit and bring out the strap for his old lute in the Sindorian colors, curl it up and throw it into the fire.
And Gigi will take her rapier and like unsheath it and twirl a little bit of her long blonde hair with a blood red dip dye on the end and cut a bit of it off and like twist it around her hand and put it down.
All right. When the last offering is made, Brennar strikes the flint and lights the fire. The token burns bright and silvery blue. It's unnatural, but beautiful. Sparks drip upwards like a star breaking free from the earth. He bows his head. Saoirse, your bow is still, but your spirit runs. We carry our hunt now. We follow the trail, and we will swear that we will not stop until the last note fades from that bastard's throat. He draws a circle in the dirt with the point of a dagger. This grove is yours now. Your cloak, your bow, your name, they stay here as a promise. And when the hunt is over, we will return. With his mask, with his voice silent, and with your vengeance done. He looks up to you. We will take the hunt now. Guild stands behind you, with every means necessary to hunt this bastard down, and we will avenge Saoirse and grant her this last hunt, so her spirit may rest and hunt freely in the afterlife. Go now and seek out our prey. And he bows a little bit and slowly steps backward into the shadows, leaving you standing there alone.
That was intense.
Yeah, that was definitely something.
I feel like the wind was like vibrating with the like
Is the fire
these
still going?
motions.
Yeah.
I am like slowly but surely, carefully moving as far back as I can.
Everyone's standing around talking, you're just moonwalking out of there.
Yep, literally. Terrified, petrified.
Kidding.
She was like shaking in her boots when he lit the fire.
Oh,
Oh.
right. Yeah, let's. I don't know. Go sit
Let's
somewhere.
continue the hunt.
As you walk backwards, Josephine, into the shadows, you see something. And it's not a voice, but your own thought that enters your mind. The grove is hers. And you see a spectral wolf walking slowly around the line of the fire. She's not stepping into the light, but keeping just outside.
I mean, I will just gawk in awe, I guess. Watching this spectral wolf. And I am still very much aware of the flame.
Yep.
Do the rest of us see it?
Yes, you do.
All right, but that was
Yeah.
definitely something. But it looks like is she leaving already?
Should we follow?
I don't know. She's walking backwards for some reason.
I mean, she's nervous because of, you know.
The
Oh.
prince?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, we're heading that way anyways, right?
Can Vasith try pet the spectral wolf?
Yes, but as soon as you approach, he steps away, always keeping a distance.
No bots.
And as the ritual concludes, Brennar also steps into the light again. You have your target. We believe that they are still in Ashvale, seeking to capture Dio. If you haven't guessed already, there's a bounty for your head for something you did to the kingdom of Sindoria.
How big is this bounty?
20,000 gold.
Is it specified what exactly I'm wanted for?
No. This is one of the contracts that are not for common folk, but directly from the king.
Mm-hmm. Just in theory, if you said to them that you had a group of mercenaries that would be able to take on such a task, could you get more detail? Or maybe said group could get more detail?
I like your thinking. Yes, I could get more information, but what is the end goal?
Well,
Do you seek to challenge the king himself?
I wasn't really thinking about that, but it's always good to have knowledge. If it's necessary, we'll see what we have to do. Apparently, I'm not doing anything alone, so I'm bringing this bunch of ruffians with me.
I believe that is a good start to, first of all, set a stop to this group that are here for you. But at the meantime, I could certainly start questioning the king of Sindoria.
Do it. And keep us in the loop. If you need
course.
someone to run out, I'm sure we can figure out a way to be helpful.
I will. Well, if there's nothing else you need from me, I wish you all happy hunting.
Nothing further from me, at least. What about you guys?
I have a request.
Yes?
We have it on good authority. There is someone within the guild we cannot trust. My first thought was on you,
Oh?
but I have withdrawn that thought. Therefore, I have decided to ask you a very important question.
All right.
It's about the significance of the 4 stones of Varkath that has been taken from my people. Do you know
Yes.
of them?
I have heard of them before, but not in this matter. What is your question?
Would they be valuable to anyone within the guild?
Hmm. As far as I know, they hold little to none magical power. They are more of a symbol than an actual tool of power.
I have proven that this sentiment is quite wrong by taking an ordinary rock and killing 2 birds with it.
He looks at you and smiles. If you follow that path of thinking, everything becomes valuable and dangerous. Would your hands fetch a high price to the unknown of what they can do? Or would they just be hands?
Who would benefit from the lacking of support from the lizard folk tribes?
I have heard of these rumors that you are referring to. And for a long time I have been looking for a trusted ally. I think you might be the one I'm looking for to help me get some answers. To answer your question, I don't think it's about the lizard folk themselves, but the general wish to spread chaos and unbalance. So perhaps this person saw an opportunity to take something for a doubt. And the target is not specifically the wizard folk. But to the population of Falgar. It would be a good opportunity to just take the stones, see what happens. From my experience in investigating this matter, I have heard and seen similar tactics being used. My predecessor, your father, he vanished. We have no body. We do not know if he is alive and where he is. There have been several people within the guild gone missing. But we do not know whom is taking them or what their objective is. Perhaps you can investigate the matter. In silence, of course.
You're saying this to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. We sounds definitely like something we will look into. Yeah.
Sounds
But-
to me, Ilos, that if we find your father, or the culprit who sent your father away, we might also find the stones that will reunite my people.
Oh, so like 3 birds with 1 stone?
This is a good analogy.
But you suspect, because you said that you thought something was weird within the guild, right? But
Yes.
do you have any suspects? Somebody, because you've been there for like a long time. Do you have anyone that has been acting a little bit like suspicious?
Well, there are 2 people that have stood out for me. Both of them are monster hunters. I believe you have met one of them.
We've met a lot.
Ulrich.
I knew it! I knew it! I was thinking that the entire time. Or not the entire time, maybe, but like.
But if it's him, or if it's the werewolf,
Pale, you mean?
yes. Remember that this person has been operating within the shadows for years. And the power of any of the monster hunters, well, let's just say there is a reason why they have their title. Tread carefully.
Mm.
I have also theorized that Ulrich might be the untrustworthy one. Simply because we retrieved these shards from the Whispering Ruins, which was influencing the area, and Ulrich had no quarrels keeping the stones within his quarters. We don't really know if he has any means of protecting himself from this influence, and he hasn't given us any hints on how to protect ourselves, which leads me to believe he wants these shards to influence us if we come across them.
That's a good theory. It makes sense that he
And
would harness powerful items.
Has Ulrich been out for a week's time within the last 3 months?
No, not that I'd know of. But that's the thing. He's never out. You can always find him in his library.
But I figure that he must have adventuring groups such as Wayland has us to go do his dirty work.
No direct contact as far as I know. He doesn't control any group or is the leader, so to speak. His thirst is knowledge. And as a combined group, we all bring relics and information to him. That's how it's always been.
Well, he doesn't have any group as far as you know. He could
That's
hide
correct.
that he had some. Maybe he just sends letters to them. Or something.
Yes, or communicates in different ways or have a different means of travel.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe he has an like hidden twin or something. That like they
That's
switch
unlikely,
places.
but yes.
Well, how would you know if it was an identical twin? I'm just saying.
Celine,
What? Bassett, what?
you've had direct contact with Ulrich in private.
Um.
That time where you were venting your frustration and nearly tried to kill him.
Right. Don't think I quite succeeded, though, but yes.
How was he to speak to?
Comforting. Kind of reminded me like a lot of my old friends back at this academy I used to go to. This school that I learned some things from. And yeah, he was nice to talk to, and he showed me his daggers, so that was cool.
Didn't you
So
get
what
to
you're saying
schooling
is-
in the castle?
I did that too. As we're talking about after I left the castle.
Is this the school that you went to learn to sneak around in the shadows?
Yes.
Well, if he possesses the same skill set as you, he might not always be in the guild hall. People would simply never know when he left.
I mean, I don't know what he does, but he seems wise and like someone who might know a few magic tricks, and it's not that hard conjuring up an illusion of yourself, is it?
Considering what I know of Ulrich, and have met him a couple of times, there's something that seems very strange to me. He looked young, but he has years and years and years of knowledge and experience. How old is Ulrich really?
No one knows. Whatever being he might be, I fear it's an old soul.
You're remarkably quick to throw this guy under the bus.
I
A
have
bus
been
is something that they used as a trailer for a ship that came, the ship that came down the Discovery Channel. Behind that, they had like a multi-seat kind of a longboat, but it was dragged along by the ship in front, so we didn't need two ships. You could just have one ship with many people on it.
Yes. I have been suspecting him for quite some time.
Hmm.
And I immediately suspected him, so it's not that weird. Like after thinking about it for like a little bit, he is super suspicious.
I don't like
And
So it's
that.
not that weird.
if you're thinking that this campaign might end very quickly because I give you this information, I can also inform you that we have many different enemies to attend to.
Um,
You know, the main
What?
main storyline is something from the Discovery Channel.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes
definitely.
sense. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I was gonna say that I don't like the tall, broad, like glooming eyes filled with dread kind of guy. What is his name?
Hail.
Kale? Who
Yes.
names his son Kale? Okay, anyways. I feel like there's just that guy gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like there's just something about him that's off.
Well, he is a werewolf.
Well, I mean, beside for the fact that he's a werewolf. I mean, I knew a werewolf and she was legendary. So like
yes, and that's why he's not on my immediate suspect list, because Saoirse didn't react negatively to him.
I mean, he's yeah.
As
My
far
money's
as I
still on
know,
Waylon.
as far as I know of Kale's kin, he is very highly regarded amongst his people. But speak freely. I don't think Kale has the wits to stay hidden for so many years. As far as I know, this person has operated since my predecessor got lost, or a little before that, and the timeline adds up when Ulrich joined the guild, which is about 6 years ago.
Well, would you have the influence and the power to send Ulrich out?
Yes,
Then I am
But-
sure that our princess would be able to rummage his office without leaving a trace.
that's such a good idea.
There's a particular item that I think would give him away, if we are right. We have heard tales of an old diary.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah, that would be good. That's a good plan. I
Would you
can
be up for
arrange
it,
that.
Celine?
Just I mean, at least let me gather some tools before I venture there.
Change clothes, maybe.
Some what?
Change clothes, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go in there just like this. However, I do have the skill set to not leave a trace, so that's good.
All right. So, just contact me when you're ready, and we will set this plan into motion.
Okay, one
if-
step closer. Nice.
If Josephine is also like venturing kind of back into this flame, I will make sure to stand behind Ilos.
Yep.
Thanks.
Dio, you had a request.
Yeah, if Dio can sneak out from the group while I'm assuming we're walking back to town. He's going to walk a little bit behind everyone, and he's going to use the sending spell a couple of times.
Yep.
The first time, he is going to send a message to Siggy, and he's going to say, I need to know where the singing axe is, and I need to know soon.
All right. Just give me 4 seconds here.
And so the reason why I have this huge thing with flames, right? It's because, like, there was this one time, like, there was this really big fire that just kind of broke out of control, and a lot of people went missing from it, and I mean me included. So I feel like that's like a valid reason for a fair. And I haven't really seen the castle since it burned, so all I remember now is not, the good memories, the light memories. It's just kind of the way that it was bursting in flames when I left it. So
Mhm.
So you haven't seen the castle since?
no, I haven't.
Dio, if you can answer.
I guess we'll keep going then. Yeah, no, I haven't
No,
seen it.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Flames are hard to get by, close to now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they just kind of freak me out, especially if they're like huge or like big or just doesn't seem like it's I
I'm
think
ready.
it's the size that's just bothers me.
As you're sending the sending spell, a minute passes with no reply.
Okay. And the second sending spell
Mm.
is going to go straight to King Nemu of Sindoria.
All right.
I'm trying my hardest to make him think that he is thinking this, so I'm doing it with the actor feat in his voice.
All right.
And it is going to say, you have made a grave mistake. This is not what you should have done. This might be the end of you. And that's it.
Roll performance.
I do that with advantage because of the actor feat.
Mm.
That's going to be a 25.
25.
Yes!
That was a relatively bad roll, to be fair.
Amazing. I love that. Brilliant.
Does he have to speak back, or do you just get thoughts?
He doesn't. I mean, he doesn't have to. He can choose to reply. So I guess if he thinks he's thinking it, or that his inner self is talking to him, he wouldn't necessarily reply.
No,
But I would just like to communicate that to
it's
him.
kind of normal to answer yourself. So all you get back is, "Oh shit!"
That tracks.
What a loser.
I hate this guy already. Like, he is
Oh,
the
shit.
worst noble that I have ever encountered, and I am so like, this is becoming Josephine and Ilos land, literally. Like, I don't care about Vulgar anymore. Like, it's gone.
Idiot.
World domination.
Literally world
But-
domination.
On that note, I think this kind of bonus half hour is. Yeah.
I have a question for Ilos.
Yep.
Ilos.
Yeah.
Have we come to the point in time where this is later?
Oh, yeah. And
You were supposed to answer me about the style comment Dio made to Celine.
yeah, it's in his view, it's an insult based on how she dresses.
Yeah, because I dress in rags, you know, usually Vasset, but then today I decided to honor our lovely friend and dress up professionally like I used to. Even got new clothes. You thought these were old? Fuck, I got them this morning, you silly goose. And then
From the thrift store?
Gigi, for the love of God.
Like, but seriously, they don't know what they're talking about in this city.
This is
That is
crazy.
so last year.
Because I'm envisioning that she is in this navy blue gorgeous gown with like gold embroidery on, and it's just she's wearing like, it's clear that for the first time in like ever, she's actually like, she looks like a noble, and she carries herself with the respect of a noble, and she's just like, the fact that you guys even dare. Do you know what I would have you do if I, you know, were to revert to my old ways? Gigi, I would have you beheaded. That's what I would do.
Oh, I'm so scared.
You look great. Don't care.
The
Yeah.
worst is, it's not even a bad dress. It's just like the fit seems old-fashioned. But
Yeah.
maybe it's been circulated the 10 years, so it's like in fashion again. Who the fuck knows?
I mean,
Honestly.
Felspire is definitely one of the people with traditions, so it would add up, and it's definitely annoying her 100%.
Vasset is smiling, and it's like he goes, "It's what I thought," and it really gladdens me because the sentiment of throwing around comments like you do, I have identified this as a sign of friendship. Is this correct?
Do mostly.
Slippery slope there, I
Yeah.
lost.
You are very wrong. I take it deeply personal that Dio keeps offending me, and I think he thrives on it. He likes it, and you know what? I think that's where you're wrong, you know, because me and Dio were not friends. Like, I don't consider Dio as my friend, and Dio doesn't consider me as his friend. We're just, you know, two people who dislike each other. Isn't that right, darling? Dio, speak up.
Oh, if Dio has come back, I thoroughly disagree.
Thoroughly. What do you mean?
I mean, I
Never
like,
been
I
friends.
like, I like being factual. I can't help it that you're wearing something that looks out of fashion.
Well, you always disagree with me.
Yeah, but that's because you're usually wrong. I mean, I can't really help that either. That's on you.
I'm not.
I wouldn't be in this party
usually
with you
wrong.
if I disliked you as a person.
Vasset is going to step in between both of you and put his arms around your shoulders, like while we were walking, and go, "You said it best, Josephine, when you said, stay together, slay together."
There we
All
go.
right,
There we go.
All right.
And
Wow.
on that note,
Roll credits.
yes,
Roll credits. Perfect.
Everybody
We will roll.
laughed.
roll credits for that one.
Theme
Walking
song.
into the sunset.
Yeah.
Off into the sunset, yeah. Literally. Not the sunset, the sunrise. Literally.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
it's been a long
Ooh.
day's night.
All
What a
right.
session.
Should we
Oh,
take some
damn.
stars?
Yeah. And I'll go first. If that's okay. I would start by giving an honorable mention to Josephine for your speech during the funeral. I was touched, and you almost made me cry. But then I heard Dio's speech, and I actually cried inside myself. And the voice and your deliverance was perfect. I felt every word.
Thank you.
And I
Man.
think was also a good and solid way to honor Saoirse's memory.
I appreciate that.
So that's definitely my star for tonight.
Yeah. I'll I'll go next then. And I got two conjoined. One is both Josephine and Gigi's reaction to Vasset throwing the bones on the table. Like Josephine with a facial expression that's like weirded out downward, and Gigi's general confusion about what's happening. And also, well, I'm guessing both stars are kinda Vasset and others, because the second one is Vasset with when talking about the stones from the clan. The line, "I have proven this sentiment is wrong as I have taken a stone and killing two birds with it." When when the discussion was that stones didn't have inherent magical power and stuff.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll go next if nobody minds. Honorable mention to everyone for all the funeral bits. I thoroughly enjoyed all of it. But my star of the night is going to be Ilo's running at full speed to get an apple. The golden retriever boyfriend once again shows up, and it
Oh,
is the biggest green flag. I'm loving that character, man.
Yeah.
that's so true. He is a golden retriever.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Definitely.
I'll go next if that's okay. The emulation of creating Saoirse's egg with the help of Martha by Gigi.
Yeah.
Proper moments. And explain the explanation on how to do it. Really enjoyable. I can't go on not mentioning the funeral bits because they were amazing, but there are those small moments that still does it. And the apple bit, when the boy snatches it from Josephine and she goes, that scene was also very nicely executed. So that's my stars.
That brings me to be the last one. And my star today is like, I think it cannot not be mentioned, but the last bit, Vasset just hugging and being like best friends with everyone. That's so good. And it just shows to me like a lot of like character progression, and that's also kind of like the reason why I want to hand it out is because like Vasset shows such clear character progression. Like he is constantly changing and adapting in this human culture, and that's just really, really fun to play off of and play with. And yeah, I mean, you cannot not mention the funeral. It was great. It was greatly narrated by Matt. Dio made me cry. It's, you know, it happens.
Yeah. And
Uh,
there are some stars from the chat as well. Dingles to Daniel for the funeral speech, and stars to Josephine and Dio for the speeches. From Poppy made her cry, but she loved all of them. Also, that Vasith just didn't whisper "lol." He talked, and that was honestly so sweet.
And with that, that's our session for tonight. It is starting to get really, really, really late. I want to thank everyone who came in here and watched with us. I had a fun time, like always. I always have a fun time. We have a YouTube channel that you can watch every single episode of Ragnar's Ashborn Unchained is what this
yes.
D&D campaign is called. There's a new episode usually every Sunday. We are celebrating today the fact that we reached 100 followers, which is crazy. It's wild. So a little applause for you guys because you make it possible for us to do all of this, and it's really fun to see you show up here. We have a TikTok where we post silly, crappy animation now, which I do for fun, so have fun with that. And we have the world's greatest Discord server with character art, memes, court of gestures, and just all around real fun. And some of us usually just hang out in the bar, like when we're lonely and need someone to talk to. So that happens. So if you're
Which
also
is
lonely and need someone to talk to, you know, you could just join us.
And we are lonely almost every day.
Yeah, basically at this point, I think.
When you
there's
don't play
activity.
D&D.
Yeah, when we're not playing D&D, we're just absolutely lonely. So.
Lonely nerds.
Yes.
So if you want to join us, I think some, maybe not now, but some people usually like to stay in the bar after the session. The bar is a voice channel in our Discord. The link should be in the Twitch chat right now. And with that said, I think I've said everything that needs to be said. And so you can catch us next week on a Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central European Time, and I will see you then.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Come gather round, people, come and hear the tale of the new party taking over Ashvale. The wind whispers seekers through ancient distant trees of lost kingdoms and forgotten entities. We have a human rogue skulking in the dark,